What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Couch in the Dungeon Gaming, where we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We have Barin and Monryx with us. Last
Hello.
episode, they had kind of spent the evening. Barin had remembered the banner of the bandits that had sacked Oak Ridge all them years ago, and he had shown it to Monryx before going to give it to the guild master so that he could give it to the grand master and they could seek the files and see if they can find any word of these bandits. And the Rook and Ja'kier kind of got a little drunk. Monryx carried them up to their rooms, where you just kind of hung out until it was time to go to bed. And Barin went out, played some tunes, made a little bit of silver before returning back to the inn and going in for the night when they awake in the morning and are downstairs awaiting Rook and Ja'kier to wake up when you're just kind of talking about the past, and we're going to kind of have a little flashback. And this is to a point that's just, the first few weeks after you were rescued from Oak Ridge by the Grand Master. You're kind of settled into your routine of going to school, doing your chores, doing your trainings. And there are a number of the guild members that kind of make it a point to come over, and you notice a lot of them seem to be older, probably, 30s. And they are kind of sitting at your table, asking how you are. They bring you like little treats from the bakery outside of the city, and just kind of in general, like for these being very grizzled, battled, hardened warriors, they are strangely kinder than what you would expect to a group of orphan children. A lot of them kind of they just show you a lot of sympathy. Can you pass me? No, you're good. You're good. I just need this one. I think this one's 3 pages. I should have got these ready while we were on break, huh?
Yeah, it's all right.
Nobody's a professional DM, folks. We all are just pretending. Oh, look at that. It's only 2 pages. So as you're this is where you're kind of learning the guild hall. The guild hall stands 5 stories tall on the outside. However, it is magically influenced, causing the interior to be much larger than it appears. The main entry hall has a large map table and quest posting. Each area of the map that is lit up shows the location and details of the quest. A flyer can be obtained and marked at the reception desk. You can only take, this is referring to current you rather than during the flashback. You can only take jobs that match your rank, such being a rank of pit dog. You can only take D rank quests. There is a teleportation pad located in the main hall as well. Upon graduation to Bloodletter, you will be given your own guild seal, which will allow you to teleport back to the guild at any time. Pit dogs carry a temporary seal that recognizes they are a member of the guild, but does not have the ability to teleport. The top hall belongs to the Grand Master. It is his private study, a council meeting chamber, a private teleporter, and a private library. The 4th floor consists of one gigantic library with several different alchemy tables, herbalist tables on the southern side. And this is where, if you wish to craft potions or, attempt some kind of thing, you would nearly need to pay a gold price for the use of whatever ingredients that you use. The ingredients would be provided by the guild, and obviously, more rare ingredients are going to cost more money. The third floor houses the most of the bedrooms or sleeping quarters for those of journeyman rank or higher. The second floor consists of the kitchens, the tavern. A general store is on the first floor, along with the main hall, the map room, and the main teleporters. The basement floor contains all of the showers and bathrooms. They contain the sleeping quarters for acolytes, pit dogs, and other storage areas. A second building lays out in the guild grounds, and the guild grounds within the city covers about 400 acres. And then across the road, you have the guild building for those who are marshal rank or higher, and these are more private, like single room quarters instead of like shared team room, shared quarters of the main guild. And it covers about 400 acres as well, along with the stable and the stable grounds for the guild, as they have their own separate stable. The second building that lays out in the grounds is a large dome building with a roof of stained glass. And since you are acolytes and not full members, you are not allowed entrance. It is sealed to anyone who does not have a full guild seal. And this is where graduation from a pit dog to bloodletter is held. The school, which you are going to be attending, will cover such topics as the history of the Apple Valley, where the city of Renaissance was formed, how the Phantom Guild itself was formed, and the formation of the Republic of the Nation of Ithranor and what cities it involves, as well as some information about how the senators are picked for each city. And the school can also teach you about areas such as the Lava Wasteland, the Forest of Eternal, the Southern Desert, and the Northern Tundra. And I apologize for sounding like I was reading from a script, because I was.
It's okay.
So that's just kind of, and this is a time where, you would have time to kind of explore the city and such things, but, as you're kind of running around the guild, this is a time where you start realizing people don't really, like, yeah, they have lunch with you, but they don't really pay attention to you. And you kind of start to kind of notice that, at least up until a certain age, you're kind of able to eavesdrop without anybody really paying attention to you. And you kind of pick up just a lot of bits and pieces about the guild. A lot of people think that the people who were the acolytes, who were trained and raised by the guild, have much higher standards of cleanliness than someone from outside the guild who joined from a team outside, because their equipment won't be as maintained. It'll be dirty. They won't clean up all the blood and everything out of their gear. There's a lot more scandals of kind of heroes or members of the guild who are kind of sleeping around with each other behind their backs of whoever their spouse or significant other is. There's a lot more personally rivalries kind of within the guild. You see there's an arena within the guild where it's just like a small boxing ring where there's quite a few fights fairly often. Sometimes it's a lot of the same people that seem to be fighting over the same thing, or just people who have arguments within each other within the guild for whatever reason. I mean, it's kind of like a big family. You don't always get along with your family, and the family has rules on just how much you're allowed to beat up on somebody,
Right.
until one of you feels better. But there's always kind of like a sense of underlying brotherhood. You see, even though like these people that hold these rivalries they're usually one of the first ones to come to the defense, or kind of if something happens to them while they're out on a job, usually they're one of the first ones ready to get their team rallied up and go out and make sure that they're all right, or the job's going to be completed, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just some smaller details of things that you kind of pick up while you're running around the guild on a daily basis. And there are a few weeks go by when the Grand Master comes to you and kind of pulls you to the side and says, and he's an older elf. I think I said middle-aged. Anyway, we have investigated some of the areas outlying Oak Ridge and several homesteads that were in the area. Usually collections of families that held 5 to 8 people, or somewhere less than 10 is what we consider to be a homestead. And there were a number of burned and razed homesteads south of Oak Ridge. And we think the same group of bandits may be responsible. A number of the survivors, or those who have yet to be attacked, have been are being informed to be wary, and we are kind of the city of Renaissance. Our influence doesn't expand that far north. The Oak Ridge, that whole northern panhandle, doesn't fall under the jurisdiction of any city or nation. So, it's kind of a fend for yourself kind of thing out there. There's no real guild presence out there. To be honest, if I hadn't been out there on a job, nobody would have even known that Oak Ridge had been destroyed for possibly weeks or months. The traders, we found evidence that the traders were in the village when the attack happened. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yes, that's okay. So yeah, the nobody would have known until the traders never arrived. That could have been weeks. So it's quite lucky that we were in the area. A ship. We were looking for a lost ship. So I want you to know that the guild is going to continue to devote resources to this. We will find people that did this to your family.
Thank you.
And your village. And you're sure Did they? Well, we didn't find no evidence of firearms, and it's unlike the Kel'Thas Empire to disguise themselves before they make an attack. They just kind of. Did you see any ships flying in the sky?
Not that I can think of.
What of you, Monryx? Did you see anything flying in the sky before the attack or after the attack or?
No.
Well, I know I didn't think that the Kel'Thas Empire would be. There would definitely be cannon fire, or they would have brought in ships to offload the prisoners. You said they teleported them with magic, right? And there was quite a few of them.
Yes. How old are we at this point?
You'd be like 10 to 12.
Okay,
at this
and
point.
the event would have happened
Just a few weeks ago.
just a few weeks ago. Okay. It's really just a big blur.
Well, we will we'll find something out. There were no survivors from the burned homestead. I think I said the survivors earlier. I just want to be clear. Unfortunately, no survivors from the burned homesteads appeared. There are people who have not been attacked yet. They have moved south to the fort of Elrond, and I guess there is talks to establish a village within somewhere around the fort, so that they have a couple of places to defend should they get attacked in force. And there's even talks of them potentially becoming perhaps something connected to the city of Renaissance. We would perhaps raise a garrison in place there. The fort is really rather just, it's armed by a small private guild right now that's probably around 20 members. That if they were to get hit with anything in force, they would no doubt be overrun.
My character's just going to sit there very quietly and shake his head.
So let me ask you, how's your studies in school going? You probably didn't have a school back in that little hamlet of yours.
They're going okay.
Take advantage of it. Knowledge is a powerful weapon.
Yeah.
With that, he's going to kind of motion for you to leave his office.
As we're leaving and walking out, all four of us are in here, right?
Yes.
I'm going to look to everybody. I just... My mother and my sister. They just burn in my mind. I'm going to kind of start to choke back tears. Monryx.
Yes, that's my name.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
Just unexpected.
I don't know. I don't want to be here. Do any of you want to be here? I mean, I suppose we got lucky, but I can't help but feel guilty.
Well, I guess if you want to go back to the village and stay, that's all right, I guess, because there's not really much there.
Don't you have anger for what happened, or do you not care? I mean, my sister's gone. My mother's gone. Everything that we knew is gone. And you're sitting over there, still walking over there and acting like, I don't know how you're dealing with this. You're acting like a cold-hearted jerk. I thought we were friends. Brothers. And you two, you're so damn quiet, you don't say a word.
What do you want me to say?
Y'all are just riding along with this. I want to do something. And I can't. To feel this helpless.
My father said to me this, told me once. Sometimes trying to fight the past it's useless. It's the past. You can't change it. You can only change the future. And you can only change the future by moving forward in the present.
That's very good wisdom. I knew your father, right?
Yeah.
Very well.
Fairly, I guess.
I liked your dad. That's very smart.
You notice there is a gold. They're kind of like a dirty gold scales of a gold dragonborn kind of standing, and he walks up and he looks at Monryx. That was very well put, young man. And as for your feelings, Barin, it's appropriate to feel that way. You need to decide next what would the actual appropriate reaction be. Here, you're posed to learn everything that you need to know to take the vengeance that you think you seek.
And that info right there is what drives Barin forward. And
the key to doing vengeance properly is not rash decisions, actions, and thinking. It's patience. And violence. Lots of deadly violence.
yes, sir.
You leave no one left standing to take vengeance against you.
Yes, sir.
And try not to die. That's very important as well.
Yes, sir. I will. Vengeance it is, then. What say you?
And he's going to kind of clap you on the shoulder and move on. And that is the quartermaster. He kind of runs the. This is where you would be. The quartermaster is kind of where you would be assigned weapons, or where you could get your broken weapons replaced, stuff like that.
Avenge your father, avenge our families. Avenge my mother and my sister, I swear this. I will do it lawfully and just.
Is there anything either of you would like to do?
Nah, the only thing Baron's going to do is he's going to work real hard to be able to take his vengeance. That means studying, training, staying away from any distractions. His whole life, based from here to the point that we're at, is based upon bettering his skill to be able to find his family and avenge them. Find his family or avenge them, one of the two.
Okay. That's fair. Anything for you, Monryx?
Probably not. But when you described Oak Ridge, was there like any temples or anything of religion in the hamlet?
I don't think there was. I think
Okay.
if anything, there would be kind of like an altar somewhere that would kind of be like set off to the side, maybe like 50 yards away from the closest building, where it kind of be like an altar where whatever god anybody worshiped, they could kind of just set their stuff up, do their worship, and then kind of take it all back down and go back.
Anyway.
And no, it was kind of like, there was a lot of different races, so there was a lot of different worship. So,
Okay. But yeah, that's all I wanted.
okay. So during this point in your training, you would have your training weapons, and they would pretty much just be wooden weapons with practice arrows. You'd still be able to cast your magic. And give me a perception check, each of you, as you kind of find yourselves. It's been a while, it's been some months, and you're out in the training grounds, kind of, that 400 acres, and it's kind of, a lot of it is, when I say 400 acres, I mean there's 400 acres worth of like woods and ground that doesn't include the buildings. So it's kind of like just this like huge wooded area in the middle of the city, and there's different animals. There's way for different animals to get in, and you guys are kind of like at a far corner, really far away from the village or the guild hall, and you can smell meat cooking.
I got a 20. Not
20?
nat. Not nat.
Okay,
9.
9. So
29.
a Monryx, you smell it first. Kind of like, man, that smells like somebody's cooking rabbit or something. And then he kind of points it out, and Barin, that's when you really kind of pick up on it, and you make your way through. It takes about 5 minutes of walking through the forest. And you can see that there is it's the middle of the day, but you can see there is a small fire, and there are 2 people sitting there, and they have 3 rabbits like staked in the ground over the fire as they're cooking them. And they do not look like guild members.
What race are they?
One of them is a dwarf, and the other one's a lizard folk.
What do you think, Monryx?
They're wearing just like regular clothes. They're wearing some kind of like darker clothes, like they were trying to, like maybe hide against the shadows or something. I'm not saying they weren't like they don't like have their faces covered, but they're just wearing some like darker greens or something. It kind of blends in with the forest a little bit.
Now, is rabbit something we would get a lot of, or no?
I mean, they would have domesticated rabbits that they could cook up for the tavern.
I haven't had wild rabbit in a long time. You think we should talk to him? Maybe we could eat some. I don't know. They might know something too. We can see them, right?
Yeah, they're probably 60 feet away from here at this point. They're just, you can see, because there's a great big wall that goes around the entire guild. It's probably like a 20-foot wall, and it not all the wall has ramparts where you can walk across it. Some of it's just and you can see. Give me a perception check.
9.
9.
4.
Yeah, you can see there. The wall is back behind, like where their campfire is, so they're pretty close to the wall. You don't really notice much else.
What are your thoughts? This could be fun. I don't know how, but it could be fun.
Yeah. Say you can, you, Rook and Ja'kier can go up and talk to him. I'll stay back.
Oh,
If they get any ideas.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder. You're always looking out for us. What do you think?
Let's go check it out.
Okay. Rook, you take the lead.
You take the lead.
No, you take the lead.
You take the lead.
You.
Don't make me angry.
Okay. I'm drawing a blank. What's his name?
Ja'kier.
Ja'kier, you take the lead.
I'm pretty sure Rook wants you to take the lead.
No, you take the lead. Rook wants you to take the lead.
I know.
No, come
I
on,
want you
Ja'kier.
to take the lead.
No. Fine. What are you guys doing out here?
Who are you?
We're guards in the nearby area. What brings you
Who
out
let
here?
your kids in here?
Oh man, we're not
There's not
kids.
supposed to be any kids in here.
You got 3 rabbits there.
Yeah,
They smell really good.
yeah, that's a rabbit and a half apiece. Listen, you need to get out of here. All right, when the guild sees that there's some kids running around that ain't supposed to be here, you're going to be getting in trouble. You want me to have to go turn you into the guild?
You're gonna
Is
go
that
turn
what
us
you want
into the
me?
guild?
Yeah, I'm going to go turn you in.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Are you supposed to be here?
absolutely. I'm a member of the guild.
Oh,
Why are you here?
that's a long story. You're a member of the guild?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well,
kid, listen. Give me a charisma saving throw. Listen, kid. Get lost, all right?
oh, it's a 6.
Kick rocks. Before I have to go report you. You want me to go turn you into the guild master? You know what's going to happen? They're going to hand you over to the guards. Get the fuck out of here. And that's a 16 on an intimidation.
Fine. You're kind of scary. Sheesh. And I'm gonna walk away. I don't know what the other 2 are doing.
They're going to follow you.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna say that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. Them 2 are scary. I could have really used you out there. You know, you're kind of intimidating just yourself. I know we're kids and all, but
You can see the 2 of them. If you look back, they are huddled closer to the rabbits, and they keep glancing back over, seeing how deep into the woods you're going.
I don't think they belong here, and I don't think they're a part of the guild. We should go tell on them. Come on. I'm going to run as fast as I can to report their location.
Okay.
Say since I didn't come out, would I have stealth? Or
Yeah, give me, now that they're actively looking, give me a stealth check.
Sorry if I give you away. I didn't think about it.
nope. Fucking Minotaur. What was that? It's all the way at the bottom. Yeah, a 5.
5. I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Huh.
So you're kind of, it's more of like the noise of Barin running is what catches their eye. And
Okay.
give me another perception check.
11.
11. You can see that there is a rope dangling down over the edge of the wall.
Okay.
Ooh, this is interesting.
You can also see that they are quickly starting to put out the fire, covering it with dirt, wrapping. One of them takes, like, he's wearing like a cloak off, wraps the rabbits up in the cloak, and then kind of like tucks it under his arm as he's trying to start to climb up the rope in the wall.
Okay, would I have made it in to tell anybody at this point, or were we pretty far out?
Roll me a d6 because you were pretty far out. That doesn't count. Reroll that.
A 6.
6. You're at a point where you can see where it opens up to like the courtyard, and you can see the buildings of the guild. You're probably like 100 yards, 150 yards from the guild.
Anyone? Can I see anybody?
There's a few people outside. There's some people outside that are sparring.
I'm gonna start yelling, "Hey! Hey! Hey!"
The
Waving
fuck?
my arms.
And he's gonna turn and look. What? What do you want?
There's bad people in the woods out here.
What?
Yeah, there's a fire. They were
What? I
cooking
can't hear you.
rabbits.
Come here.
I'm coming. Hey! Hey!
Stop yelling. Jesus, what do you want?
Come towards me.
He's gonna move about halfway up.
All right,
What?
there's bad people in the woods out here.
Oh, bad
they
people
don't
in the
belong.
woods.
They're
What the
cooking
hell?
rabbits.
Nobody's gonna get in the
Yes.
fucking guild.
Yeah,
How
they threatened me.
from
They said
where?
they'd turn me into the
How'd
guild.
they get in here?
Follow me and I'll show you. Bring some more people.
He's gonna put his sword away. Look at the others.
They're up to no good.
Fucking damn it! I'll be right back. And he's like, "All right, kid, let's go."
Let's go. I played dumb. They don't know I belong here.
So he's gonna turn and start to run back. Monryx, you're kind of watching these guys. They're starting to climb the wall. There's the one's probably about 8 feet up, and the other one's standing there. Come on, hurry up! Hurry up! That kid could come back any minute. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Say I will move up. Say at least within 30 feet if I can.
Are you just moving up on him, or are you trying to stealth?
Just moving up.
Okay. So he's kind of yelling, and you see as you're moving up, he kind of keeps glancing about every time the dude moves about a foot, he turns around and looks, and you kind of just charge at him.
Yeah. Okay. So
And he's going to turn and see you running. He's going to be like, "Oh, fuck, we got to get the fuck out of here. There's a goddamn bull here. It's running on 2 legs. What the fuck?"
okay. And I would have a javelin in my hand as well.
And it's got a weapon. Fuck. And are you making an attack?
Yeah. Well, it's just a wooden javelin. Might knock him off the rope.
Also, are you throwing at the one on the rope or the one on the ground?
Oh, I thought he was.
So the one's about 10 feet up, so he's about halfway, and the other one is standing at the ground, like by the rope, kind of waiting on him.
Okay.
Pretty much, it comes down. You surmise that they don't think the rope's going to hold both of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just throw it to one that's on the rope.
On the rope.
Yep.
Okay. Give me your attack roll. Give it to me with advantage.
Isn't this with a wooden weapon though?
Yeah, it would just be like a
Club.
like a practice javelin.
Okay.
It wouldn't have a sharp tip. It would just kind of like a blunted.
Yeah. And that is still a 15.
15. Give me your damage. 7. It hits him, and it hits him kind of like in the shoulder, and you can tell that he loses his grip. The one hand that it hits him in, his hand kind of drops and it dangles for a minute, and you see him slide down about 6 inches. You can just tell that, oh, he's wearing a pair of gloves, and then all of a sudden his hand just lets go and he falls 10 feet to the ground and just smacks. And he's in pretty bloody shape. He's looking pretty fucking hurt.
Okay.
It looks like it might have broken some ribs or something when he fell.
Okay.
The guy standing below him. Oh fuck! Oh fuck, Roger! What the fuck? You fucking son of a bitch!
Still running at him, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to
See you snorting.
he's gonna start to run along the wall. So he's just gonna dash 60 feet. Moving.
Okay. I'll dash after him and sure, I'll make a bull call.
All right. Yeah. So you're dashing after him. You're probably about 25 feet away from him at this point. And as you're chasing him and you fucking bull call and he's looking over his shoulder, you just hear, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And he's going to kind of like try to turn into the forest as he dashes again.
Okay. So I'll try to keep up. Dash again.
Okay. Roll me a d20. I rolled a 10. So if you're within 5.
Hopefully, don't regret doing that. Yeah, it's 2 less. That's an 8 now. It was a 10.
You survived. This is technically a flashback, so you're good.
As you're chasing after him, you close the gap and you just pretty much like spear tackle him to the ground.
Okay.
And you currently have him grappled.
Okay. Guess I'll just hold him there.
So it's about this time that you can hear kind of a little bit of distance away at this point, but you hear Barin coming through like, it's right over here, it's right over here. And this guy going, God damn it, kid, this better be, I do smell fire. Who's built a fire back here? And he comes out and the two of you, and you see the rope down over the wall, the guy with 3 health left laying at the base of the wall with what looks to be like broken ribs. And then you can see some tracks leading away. Like somebody was running and somebody else was chasing somebody. And they kind of run one way down, like just following against the wall. When the guy who was just like an upper rank guild member, probably someone of like journeyman rank, and he kind of stand there. He's like, "What the fuck happened?" And you're gonna see as he kneels down and he casts Cure Wounds on the guy who had fallen, and he draws his sword. And he looks at the wooden javelin that's like laying next to this guy, and can see like the massive bruise on his back from where the javelin hit him. And he looks at Barin and goes, maybe you should go back and get somebody else. Somebody's going to have to take care of this guy. I made sure he's not going to die, but those ribs are going to have to be wrapped.
Okay, right away.
And he's going to, you see him as he draws a sword and takes off after the tracks. And that's when he comes up on Monryx, and he just has this little human dude. They were both humans, just like, or no, one was a dwarf and one was a lizard folk. So the lizard folk would be the one who was running away, and it was the dwarf who fell. And you just see him, he has this lizard folk wrapped up. He pulls out some rope and ties the dude's hands up and kind of leads him back. And they take the dwarf, and they take the rabbit, which kind of got smashed when he landed on it. And you kind of find out as they're later that they were just about half drunk, decided to climb the wall and kill a couple of rabbits, and thought nobody would care.
Well, I feel kind of bad now. That was pretty fun.
I think that's we're gonna take a quick break with the episode here, and then we'll be right back.